Good morning. Welcome to Money, Markets, and Motivation with Mike. Our word of the day is sobriquet, sobriquet, a person's nickname. And we'll just go down here. Most people know me by my sobriquet because my real name is so long and difficult to pronounce. So there we have our word of the day. And now let us go over to our S&P 500 heat map. It is having a little bit of a problem today, so let me see if I can refresh this. It's better. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Tesla is up 2.35%. Amazon is up. Microsoft, big cap techs are up. Palantir is pulling back a little bit after a nice move yesterday. Synopsys is down. The banks are kind of a mixed bag today. So it is mostly red here. If you take an honest view, and now let's move over to our crypto heat map. It's mostly red here as well, with Bitcoin rising a bit from where it was yesterday. I believe it was at 114 something yesterday. Uh, it's just kind of basing out, has recovered from the sell-off down to, I think it went down to 107, 106. Same with Ethereum. Uh, got a nice move in XRP. So that is the story with that. Just quickly take a look. This is Klarna, a recent IPO. But before we move on, we're going to share our screen. So if you think the markets are getting a little toppy, which some people are saying that we could be headed for a crash, this would be a good place to put at least a portion of your portfolio. Goes up when the market goes up, does not go down when the market comes down. Beats index investing by about 5% per year. And it's fixed index, doesn't invest directly in the market, uses options to replicate what the market is doing. So that is a story there. If you'd like to learn more about that, please reach out to me. And now we're going to head over to our charts. This is Klarna. This does break out. This would be double bottom area, as it did undercut this previous bottom. Here's the middle of the W pattern in a double bottom. So I would keep my eyes out on that one. The other one pattern did have quite a bit of a pullback. It's pulling back a little bit more today. And the one that we have is StubHub. StubHub is hanging out. Let's see, where right around 1974 to 20. Target is right around 25. So it's streaked up here, I believe on the initial day, up around 25. So we'll see if we can get back to that area. Stock of the day is CCJ. It's up 22% today. Huge volume in the uranium area. And Denison Mines likewise is up a little over 12%, gets above 3, big gap up. So that is a story with those two. And now we're going to go take a look at our indexes. Got another gap up on the NASDAQ today. It's up 0.31%. The equal weight on the NASDAQ hanging out there. It's pulling back slightly, down 0.11. S&P 500 is up again today, just barely, at 0.03%. RSP is holding out. If it can just pause here for a few moments, I think that would be good. Probably would be good if all the indexes pause a little bit. IWM is pulling back. It's down 0.26% today. And then we move over to the Dow. Dow has hit a new high. Big gap up on the Dow, up 0.41%. And let us move over to the VIX. VIX is down slightly today, down about 2%. We've got a couple of gaps that I think it'll eventually fill. And then moving over to 20-year Treasury. 20-year Treasury is down 0.39%, down to 3.183. And 10-year see if that'll come up again. This is a 10-year Treasury at 4.74%. It's up slightly today, up 0.19. And now we're going to move over to our sub-indexes. This is the financials, hanging right out there at 53.22. KBWB, without Warren Buffett's fund, and without MasterCard and Visa, I believe it's at down slightly, 0.22%. Energy is pulling back again. It's off 0.75%. Aerospace is up 0.22%. Nuclear, it is up. Wow, look at that, 5.5%. Look at the one issue that we got rid of. It's holding steady. It's up 0.67%. Oklo makes small, no profits yet, and makes small nuclear devices for producing energy. Well, we looked at energy already. Here is communications. Holding steady right here. Facebook Meta is up 0.3%. Google is continuing up. It's up 0.8%. Consumer discretionary is up 0.31 with Tesla. Take a look at Tesla. Looks like it's about ready to break out here. That looks like a buying candidate. And this looks like it's about ready to break out as well, this ETF. And on Amazon, up slightly, up 0.10%. And this is our consumer goods. It's down 0.34%. This is probably healthy for the market. If this is down, usually this is a defensive area, so people park their money when sign of trouble. XLU up 1.41%. Take a look at Utes. Down 2.35%. Real estate holding kind of steady right there. This is a flat base. Did have a little bit of a sell-off, but it is bouncing back. It's off 1.84% today. The home builders off 0.15%. Onto biotech. Biotech is up today, up 0.18%. And the other biotech is up as well, up 0.22%. Not sure both of these are starting to look a little stretched. This is IGV, is up 0.16%. Did have pretty nice move on Friday and Monday. Move on to XLK. It's up 0.34%. Had two gap ups in a row, and now it's up to the magic $300 mark. Infrastructure holding steady, pretty flat for the day. Semiconductors pretty flat as well. Looks like we got a doji there. So it needs a little bit more information, see what it brings us tomorrow. Airlines down 1.12% today. You would think with the oil prices going down, they would be doing a little better. Industrials, pretty flat here, just hanging steady right there. John Deere down 1.32%. Caterpillar down 0.51. And United Rentals looks like is retracing, maybe doing a 50% retracing here. Off 0.27%. Onto healthcare. Holding steady here. Actually, it's down 0.65, but on the chart, it looks pretty good. Building materials is up 0.19%. Looks like a big cup with a handle right here. And metals and mining. Getting a little bit of a bounce after this retracement. Up 0.92%. And finally, uranium. This is where we had the big jump. Gap up 9.04% on an ETF. That's pretty amazing. So let us move on take a look at MicroStrategy. It's pulling back a little bit down to 1.7. NVIDIA, it's up slightly, 0.69. Broadcom, 0.74. Micron, pulling back a little bit, down 0.4% today. Not sure if we looked at AMD. AMD continues to rise. So if you bought on this gap up here, never pulled back below the gap, you'd be sitting pretty right now. And let us go over to where the big money is flowing. CCJ was one. I believe this is Waystar. Got a gap up here of 22%. Bet this is earnings related. 762% increase in volume. That is a big move. CLS is up 6.32%. And it 6.59% increase in volume. UHS, Universal Health Services, up 2.39% today. Goldfields International, up a little over 2%, had a big retracement here, huge gap down, and trying to steady itself right now. CW is up 1.14%, 1.58% increase in volume. No, that's actually the price of the shares. Let me go back to that one. %61 increase in volume. Carvana is up 3.25%. Looks like this is a double bottom possibly. I'd wait for it to actually clear this area. ATI got a big gap up 8.41% this morning. Billy up 3.2%. Chinese company. And finally, Meta. Meta's up 0.14% with a 50% increase in volume. So that is a story there. Big V-like pattern here. A little bit of a consolidation. This is a cup with a handle right here. And then we had a gap up. It undercut that gap, so you'd want to get out of there after it undercuts this gap. Reset up, tried to break out here and pull back even further. So this is a double bottom. Buy in the double bottom 10 cents above, right up here in the middle of the W. It's 790.91. take a look at couple other ones that are in. I believe NVIDIA has a big investment in CoreWave. There's a double bottom here. See if this can clear this. We do have a position in CoreWave. App kind of holding steady, down 1.48% here. And BIS up about 0.5% today. Dutch Brothers holding steady, trying to get above 60. We'll see if it gets there. American Superconductor up 0.38% as it kind of hangs around 60 as well. And Rigetti in the computing area up close to 3%. And that is going to be all on our chart analysis for today. Thanks for tuning in. Now we're just going to go over to our quote of the day. Quote of the day comes from Rodney Dangerfield comic. Don't talk about yourself so much. We'll do that when you leave. So take that and have a happy Taco Tuesday. If you can go out there and support your favorite taco truck, do so. And in the meantime, go out there and have a great day. This has been Money, Markets, and Motivation with Mike. Hope everybody has a fantastic week.